Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto every day. On tonight's episode of 10 A Minute Spotlight, I have a special guest with me. I have Cynthia. She is the founding partner of Matrixport. How are you doing today, Cynthia?
I'm doing great. How are you, Wendy?
I'm amazing. I'm so excited to chat with you. I know we're on completely different sides of the world. The time zones are crazy, but we made it work today. Before we get started, are you familiar with how 10 Minute Spotlight works?
Yeah, I think so. It's 10 minutes to answer all your questions.
And you don't get to win anything. I'm so sorry.
I know.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock, and then I will start asking you some questions. So 3, 2, 1. 10 minutes on the clock. So why don't you go ahead and tell us just a little bit about yourself so our audience can get to know you.
Okay, I'm a founding partner of Matrixport, which is one of the fastest growing crypto financial platform in the world. And my background, I'm currently looking after the BD and sales, basically the go-to-market strategies for the company. And my background was that I used to work at the regulated exchange, Hong Kong Exchange, and I used to be a commodity trader before that. So I entered the crypto space in 2018, joined Bitmain to start my corporate VC life. And then afterwards we started Matrixport, which was a spin-off from Bitmain originally, and built it to today's scale. Yeah.
So did you learn about crypto when you were trading commodities, or was it something that kind of happened after or before?
I personally started to trade Bitcoin and some other tokens in 2017, which was the last boom. It explains why.
Yes.
And I fall into the rabbit hole. I start to look at the technology layer of it, which is very fascinating. And I do believe that there's a disruptive power of this technology to the incumbent financial system that we're living in, which was the job I breathed in and day out, and also many other aspects of our life, given the token economy and being able to decentralize a lot of the rights, which were not decentralized as before, as it should be before. So then I decided to join this industry full time, like in 2018.
Yay, we love it. We love to hear it. All right, so go ahead and tell us a little bit more about Matrixport, because I have a feeling that there's gonna be a lot of great stuff that you can kind of drop on the audience.
Sure. Matrixport was established in early 2019. And at that time, think about, there was no real financial applications other than wallets and exchanges. And we believe that there's another way, which we think what people need as they accumulate more and more crypto wealth. What they need is one place. It's like a one-stop shop where it could be an app, it could be a web portal. There's an easy enough place for them to buy, to sell, and not only that, and also to earn interest and access to various yield opportunities that they can possibly get in the space. So we want to be there. So that's why we built a platform from day one that we offer custody, trading, lending, borrowings, asset management, and a lot more like interesting product. A lot of that is structured products. Yes.
So is it kind of like a centralized DeFi platform, or could you talk to us about that? Because you guys do have the lending and the borrowing aspect as well.
Yes. In a short form, that we are a centralized financial platform where we offer various yield, like fixed income type of yield, structured product, which is a higher level of yield that's made possible by trading options and option strategies, a combination of option strategies, and also DeFi, right? So the way we do DeFi is that we help like flattening the level playing field, because a lot of people still don't know how to do liquidity mining by themselves.
It can be complicated, yeah.
Yeah, it can be complicated, can be time consuming. So can be a little bit of risk if you've done that in an incorrect way.
Yes.
So yeah, we want to give everyone the equal access to DeFi. So we offer a Send DeFi services where essentially people just need to deposit like a fixed income product and then withdraw. So what we do is that we help them to do liquidity mining across like 20, 30 protocols. And we'll always help them monitor which protocol gives a higher yield. And we move the fund directly to basically enjoy a higher yield for our users. Yes.
So are things kind of automated so it makes it easy for them? Because I know that traditional finance can be a little bit complicated for most people. I know for myself, before I got into crypto full time, I didn't know what a lot of these terms were. I was kind of like, because they don't really teach you that in school, at least in the United States, they don't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the point for Matrixport to offer a lot of services is really make crypto easy for everyone. Like you said, a lot of the financial product could be a little bit daunting for average people to understand. But if you make it in a fun and interactive way, simplify it and explain it very well, it actually could be simplified. So that's why we saw the success of our dual currency product, which is essentially selling options for people, for them to get premiums. But we designed the product in a very slick way so that people actually learn about how to trade option, which is not the simplest instrument in the world, right? In a very easy manner. So that's part of our product education. But I think the best product education comes with the user-centric mind of product design.
Got it. Got it. So what makes Matrixport different from other platforms as far as maybe crypto platforms go, or maybe like more traditional financial platforms?
I think it really the aspiration of us trying to make crypto easy for everyone and help people to earn more, get more from their crypto. That's really the gist of it. And how do we do that is that by providing a wide variety of product choices. Some choices are lower risk and stable return. Some are more exciting yield, but slightly higher return. But I think we handle it in a way that is that we give people the choices. We do not mingle them all together. Say we give you a flat interest where, but you don't know how do we generate that interest. So we basically give people the choices, a variety of products. For example, if we invest in our fixed income, that yield goes into coming from our lending activities, right? If you deposit into the DeFi project, all that yield is coming from the DeFi liquidity mining. If you invest into the fund management product, or that yield coming from market neutral arbitrage funds. So you always know that what you are investing and what is embedded risk and return mechanism from that product. So we do not want to give people the blind box type of model. We believe that people should make their own choices, and different users do have their different risk appetite and yield expectation. So we want to be a supermarket where we give people the choices that they need. And I guess the second thing is really how do you simplify a lot of these products, right? Which could be a little bit complicated in the traditional firms, but we try to make it through the UI, through the educational material, through how we design the products, make the process as easy as possible. So a lot of people actually learn about some like more complicated product on our platform, and it could be their first time doing that. But after a while, they feel, oh, this isn't that easy. It isn't that hard.
I was actually going to mention that because I went ahead and I've gone on the site, the platform a couple of times just to kind of take a look, and everything is very, very nice. It's very flowing. It's very easy to understand. And I like the fact that you guys offer different products for different people, because one of the issues that we have is that, like, when you use, for example, either a centralized or decentralized platform or crypto, you have like, it's either like very, very high risk or it's very, very low risk. And it doesn't necessarily have anything in between. And I feel like people should have the choice to decide where they want to put their money or how much, or different risk factors. So I think that's absolutely amazing that you guys are doing. And I've got another question. You guys have launched a lot more new products recently. Can you share with us some of the most exciting products, or maybe some of the ones that you're most excited about?
We're always innovative in the products innovation cycle, I would say. So a lot of products that we launched, you might not have seen it elsewhere. So I would just mention like two products which we recently launched, which I think is the first in the industry. One is called Range Sniper. So as the name suggests, like if the price falls within the range, let's say 45,000 for Bitcoin, and between the range of 45,000 and 51,000. And if that price at settlement falls within that range, you are getting a linear type of yield, right? Okay. If it falls out of the range, you are getting a lower yield, which is like 10 to 20%, which is still not bad, right? But when it falls within the range, you are getting an enhanced yield, which is often like 3 digits annualized. So that helps you to express a view of yourself, like for that same tenor. The tenor could be 7, 8, 9 days, and to say, okay, what I think the price will be. And if you're right, and that falls within the tenor, yes, congratulations, you get a very good yield.
It kind of sounds like gameplay a little bit, but not, but it sounds like a more fun, interactive way to invest, in my opinion, because like I know in the United States, for example, we have so many traditional financial products and they're just so boring. Like you generally go to a financial advisor and they're like, you want to invest in this 401k or this IRA or whatever it is. And it's like kind of boring, but I feel like Matrixport has a lot of fun options. And they also have different options for different risk tolerance, which is very, very important because my personal finances may be different than yours and your personal finances may be different than, person XYZ. So I think that's a really cool thing that you guys have and are very passionate about. Makes me excited for you.
Yeah, crypto is a cool thing. So I think a lot of the crypto financial services will need to be gamified a little bit. Yeah.
I agree. You guys should give like stars or like little NFTs or something, maybe down the line. Who knows?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Well, that is our timer, but I'm not done yet. I've got like 2 more questions I want to ask you. Do you have time for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Course.
So tell us a little bit about what 2020 looks like for your guys' roadmap.
Yeah, 2022 is a very exciting year ahead. I think first, we're going to have a lot more exciting and innovative product launching to the market. And second, we're going to be in a lot more places than we are today. So we're getting licenses. Yeah. We're getting licenses in new jurisdictions, which I cannot tell too much.
Okay. You have to come back on and tell me though, because all of my guests, they're like, we're doing this, and this. I'm like, can you tell me when? They're like, no, or I can't tell you this. I'm like, okay, you have to come back and tell me.
You're in our distribution list. You will get the first notification when it happens. Yeah. So basically, to bring our services in a regulated way to a lot more users, which I think is important that as a gateway to crypto, like to be able to service the next 1 billion users. That's probably the most 2 important things. Yeah, but there would be some very exciting partnership that are going to announce along the way, which I will keep WendyO audience update.
Awesome. And then really quickly, as far as 2022 goes for cryptocurrency, do you think it's going to be a big year, or do you think it's going to kind of just like mellow out a bit?
Price-wise, it's very hard to predict, but I think trend-wise is pretty firm and definitive. I think 2021, we have already seen a major year of mainstream adoption, and that momentum has started. So I do not see that slow down in 2022. I think that will accelerate, or at least keep the pace it is from the both retail and institutional adoption perspective. That's one. And second, I think the regulators is going to give a lot more better clarity in 2022, because there's a lot of lobbying going on worldwide in major crypto jurisdictions, which is good. I think that will maybe come to some like conclusion or temporary conclusions, which will give this industry a clearer regulatory landscape. And the third thing is that I think the line between DeFi and SemFi is going to get blurry. Right now is still like 2 camps, but we see more and more centralized financial platform like ours and like jump trading. They're doing a lot of work in the DeFi world, and vice versa. So I think in the future, you will not feel that much a difference, and there will be it's not interoperability, but there will be a lot of interaction and collaboration between DeFi protocols and centralized platforms.
I agree with you 100%. Cynthia, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about Matrixport. Again, you guys, if you're interested in learning more about Matrixport, I will have all the links down below. I highly recommend you follow them on social media, ask questions, those different types of things. But again, thank you so much, Cynthia, and have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you, Wendy, for the opportunity. And follow us on Twitter, and a happy new year, every one of you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.